Hey everyone, it's Sly47 here. Today we're going to be talking about how I did something incredibly stupid.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
And what that incredibly stupid thing is selling premium ships on my account. Now, before you go down to the comments and go, oh my god, you should never sell premiums. Oh my god, never do that. I completely agree with you. Do not. I will generally say to everyone in this game, don't sell your premium ships. I sold them because I needed credits now. I really did.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth.
Millennials, enjoy that. It's going to be stuck in the back of your head just like it's been in mine ever since I have this video idea. I'm a giving person. I just want to make sure you have the exact same experience I've had for about 2 weeks since I've had this idea. Yeah, it's been in the back of my head and I've been whistling it occasionally, and Star has been loving it. Totally loving it. But let's talk about selling premiums, and I would love for you to put down in the comment section, have you sold premiums? Have you not sold premiums? Generally, I would say, of course, don't sell them, but if you have, let me know which ones you have down below, and or which ones you've also mothballed. So if you don't know what the term mothballing is, in World of Warships Blitz, it's when you take all the equipment, all the things off that you think are required to play a ship in order to save on money to sell those assets back to the equipment. You can sell that off, keep the ship in your port without actually losing the ship, but you still get a little bit of chunk of change out of that in order to be able to buy other things in this game. So now let's get into the video editing slide, put some gameplay up for those people who want that. But let's get talking about selling premiums. Now, there is a way to get premium ships back, actually, and that is messaging support. You can get to that link via settings and clicking support link, submitting a ticket. Now, when you are submitting that ticket, you need to know what ships you sold and then about when you did it. Especially if you bulk sold a bunch of them, you might be able to get them all back at the same time. But generally, it's normally about one premium ship a year you can get sent back to your account. There is an additional requirement besides knowing the time that you sold it. You need to have the credits that you sold it for in your account now so they can get pulled out of your account now in order to get the ship back for you. So if you do want to get a premium ship back, that is exactly how I would suggest doing it. Go just message support, know the time, have the credits, and support might actually grant a request in order to be able to get that ship back. It's not 100% proof. I will say that they generally do want to give that ship back that you now want back. Because, hey, sometimes you make mistakes. You sell ships you don't want, or balancing changes happen, and everything like that. So just a little FYI there. One more thing before we get into this. Don't sell your tier 5 or tier 6s. Because mission crate. The mission crate at the end with a $1,500 one, if you play the game enough, you eventually will acquire all of those ships in that crate. That crate will then give you 5,000 gold every month and a half or so, depending on how much you play this game and get that crate. For me, that's 5,000 gold occasionally that you can use on stuff instead of doing that. And tier 5 and 6 ships, you're not really getting that much money out of. So yeah, mostly if you are going to sell a ship, I'd say generally sell the tier 7, 8, and 9s, because eventually you might get some gold out of this game for just completely playing this game long enough. Now let's go over the ships that I've sold in this game. One of the first criterias that I had was, have I mothballed this ship already? And when I was looking through all these ships that I eventually did sell, I noticed I've had them mothballed for probably months. I haven't played them at all. I don't see a point to keeping them. Sometimes they're not my style. Or there's just a straight up better ship in the game now that I just will play always over that ship. So once again, love to know in the comment section down below what ships you've sold, what ships you've mothballed and everything, what ships were kind of those replacements. So let's go over tier 7 right now. For me, I sold the Udachi, the Mutsu, the Hyuga, the Collingwood, and the Atlanta. So right off the bat, pretty much the Udachi, I'm not a torp boat player. Udachi is a torp boat ship. It is actually a perfectly fine ship. So I would suggest it to some people, but in general, I just have the Akazuki if I really want torps, or the Trashkin 39 for that tier. So why do I need this? I don't really need it. The Mutsu has aged. It is getting a little bit old for its tier, and there's a lot better battleships at that tier. The torps are fun. I will completely agree with that, and I'm still pissed that I still never saved that 4 flood game with it. because that would have been hilarious to show everyone. But yeah, the Mutsu, it's just kind of aged. It's not in the same state that it used to be. It can still do some damage because it is still Nagato just with extra torps. The Hyuga, so a lot of people are going to go, holy crap, Sly, why'd you sell it? It's such an amazing ship. I hate this son of a... I do. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. I hate it. I'd rather play any other battleship of this tier pretty much. And it's Hyuga just, I don't know. It clicked for a lot of people, didn't click for me. Collinwood. The Nelson and the Rodney exist. Like, why play the Collinwood when those exist? Just don't go after the Collinwood. It's not anything good at all. The Atlanta for me is in this situation where you have to choose: do you want more support or do you want more firepower? Because the USS Flint exists. Unfortunately, there's a completely other ship that does what the Atlanta does, but a lot better, and in my opinion, I just have a lot more fun with it, which is the Tokachi. So the Tokachi over on the Japanese line, and I of course know, hey, what about a USS Captain Turner? I have the Indianapolis. I have the Helena, which still is actually starting to do pretty well for me now, and everything is no longer cursed and everything. If anyone's been around for that long, you can comment in there. Tell me if you've been on the channel to know what the curse of the Helena is. But yeah, the Atlanta to me, I think it's just aged. It doesn't quite have the same effect as it used to. And now, if I want to have a damage-producing, HE fire-starting cruiser, I'm going to grab the Tokachi more than the Atlanta a lot. And if I had the Flint on my main account, I'd say that one over that. It's just the Flint's there, the Indianapolis there, the Helena's there, and Radar's just super powerful for the tier. So yeah, it's just, for me, those ships are my tier 7 ones that I sold, because I was looking at all my tier 7s. I play tier 7 a good bit, and I couldn't remember the last time I played most of these ships, and especially the Collinwood being so new, it was like, well, the Rodney just came in and completely made the Collinwood relevant. Completely irrelevant. So yeah, I just generally wouldn't say that at all. Now on to tier 8, and oh boy, I sold a bunch of these. I got a lot of credits out of this area, because in tier 8 meta is already pretty tough. So when a premium ship starts to lag behind in the meta, it starts to really show, and I had these ships mothballed for a while. So I sold the Irian, the Constellation, the Black North Carolina, twice actually, Maya, Mogami, Black Shokaku, Black Eddie, Ochakov, and Black Gascon. So the Irian, I actually bought it because everyone said, hey Sly, you're really going to enjoy it. You like cruisers. I know as deep water torpedoes, you're not the biggest fan of it, but you do like the Chappie class, and you do like the Mikhail Kutuzov. It's going to be a great combo. You're going to be able to do that. No, the Irian is now, in my opinion, like just the worst setup of all the Chappie classes, because now you have the Black Chapayev, you've got the Mikhail Kutuzov, which is just a better flamethrower than it, and now on top of it, you're like, oh yeah, it's got an insane amount of torpedoes. Black Takao exists. Why would you even touch this? The Harbin exists. The Black Harbin exists.
What would you say you do here? Well, look, I already told you.
It's just been completely just removed from existence. The Irian is not needed, and just not. It is I'd say a solid ship for the tier, but it's just there's so many better ships that does everything it does, but better in the tier 8 meta. The Constellation. This ship, as much as I did enjoy it, it was more of a mother's love type of enjoyment. It's so ugly, yet so useful, yet so bad. It's just sometimes it worked, and I like to prove people wrong, but when you play it so many times on stream and you get completely demolished, or even play off stream and you get completely demolished by Atlanticos or so many other ships, it's just, you eventually go, I'm going to play something that's actually good and fun at this tier, and the Constellation just has absolutely no armor for that. Black North Carolina. How did I sell it twice? Well, I got it in a crate by accident once, and I sold it because I hate the Black North Carolina once I finished all the battle honors. And then there's another crate, and I pulled it again. Take that as a warning as to why you don't sell premiums. But I got more credits out of it. Yeah, I don't like the North Carolina class. I really don't like a lot of American tier 8 battleships. It's just that tier, that style, it just doesn't work for me that very well. So I don't know. I just sold it. It's not for me. Maya, once again, Black to cow, best to cow.
Hit a guy, hit it there.
Yeah, there's just no point for it. The Maya, like the Black to cow, is just a better version of it. Maya, ooh, it's got really good AA. Does it? Does it? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Mogami. A lot of people are going, oh my god, why didn't you... The Shimamoto exists. But the Shimamoto just exists right there. For free! Don't buy the Mogami. Seriously, I know some people do enjoy it. I do. Totally get that. But once again, the Shimamoto exists. Like, you don't even need to pay money. You don't even need to. Yeah. Black Shikaku. Pretty self-explanatory. I got it for a video. I did said video. I'm never playing that again. I'm going to play the best carrier at tier 8 that takes the most amount of skill, if I am, and that's the DZP. So we had the Black Edinburgh. Oh my gosh, Sly, you love those ships. Actually, the Eddie's kind of been aging. The Edinburgh class has been kind of aging. I will say that as more and more ships have come in, as much as I say that it's not crap tier, it's starting to get into power creep territory. It is. I recently played on my press account, and both the Black Edinburgh and the Edinburgh are really starting to... I feel like they're missing a mark. Maybe they need a little bit of buffs here and there. Wargaming, make it happen, because they really should be fun. Also, just gave the Edinburgh a brand new camo, so give the old Eddie a little bit of a new lease on life on that one. Ochakov! Oh dear lord. Oh, I wish I would have bought the Yukon instead of this pile of shit. I know some people are going to be like, it's great! Its gun DPM sucks so much, and you have so many better Russian cruisers for its tier. You do! And then let alone, you have the Shabayev right there with radar. I know Ochakov has some pretty nice setup, and if you enjoy it, awesome for you, but I really wish I wouldn't have spent my steel on it. Oh my god, that I thought it was going to be, oh, this is a cool, like, support-based middle... No, it's every aspect that you can remove from the Smolensk, and they removed it. They did. They removed the identity of it. And I just hated it. I hated it. Black Gascon. A few people are going to go, Black Gascon's really good. Why'd you sell it? Champagne exists? I do enjoy Black Gascon, and I would generally suggest it to some people. But if you have the Champagne, or you have, I'd almost argue, if you have the Philandre, you have the better versions of it. So there's really no need for that. So in my opinion, Black Gascon, it's not a bad ship. I do enjoy it. It's a Romified version of the Gascon. If you enjoy the Gascon, it's the best version of it. But I'd just rather have the Champagne, in my opinion. It plays more like a super cruiser, and I have a crap load of fun. Now, the tier 8 list was quite long, and that's because tier 8 is just a competitive meta. There's a lot of ships that are decent at tier 8, but if you're just decent at tier 8, you're kind of bad. And that's just the kind of thing, if you have a more competitive ship, you might as well play the more competitive ship with how often you see those meta pick ships at tier 8. Now, tier 9, you're less likely to have a bunch of them that you're going to want to sell because they're harder to get, they're more expensive and everything. So this list is a lot shorter, as I only have 2 ships on here and I have one that's mothballed right now. That's for different reasons. So let's go through the 2 ones that I sold at tier 9. We have the Benham and the Azuma. So, the Benham specifically, this ship is a meme ship. It is. It's a fun Clemson style. You got two torp tubes on each side, send off a bunch of slow-moving torpedoes. I did enjoy it when I got it, but then I got the one that I liked better for its tier, and it's free, and that's the Udaloy. Or, you could also go, I have the Somers. Why do you need the Benham at that once? Yes, you can get to a tier 8 match and you can have a bunch of fun then, but how often are you getting a tier 9 in a tier 8-9 match? It's unfortunately kind of rare, at least for me. So to me, there's so many good tier 9 DDs. The Benham just has aged in that sense. It's a meme ship, it is, and they are worthy to be in this game. They definitely have a place. But for me, I sold the Benham because there's just better tier 9 DDs, and also I just rather play the Somers if I'm gonna play a meme torpedo-based ship at that high level of tier. Now to the Azuma. The Azuma, to me, it's just been power creep. There's no reason to own it. There's no reason to have it. It didn't get buffed like the Yoshino did, which is now doing, I'd say, generally good at tier 10, but the Azuma just has none of the redeeming factors. It doesn't have the torpedoes. It doesn't have the range. Yes, it has usable HE, or kind of usable AP, but if you're going to want usable AP, you're going to want to go for the Kronstadt at tier 9. If you want usable HE, there's a lot of ships there. There's too many to list there. I'll add in slide, maybe add a few in there as replacements that you should get.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too.
But yeah, to me overall, it's just the Azuma. There's no point to play it. I got my 50 fire mission on the battle honors done on it just to have it done, and I never touched it again. It was horrible. It was not a fun time. I cannot suggest the Azuma at all. And if you own it and you have it there, you might as well just sell it. I'm just gonna say that right now. You might as well. It's extra credits for you there, so I'll let you on that one. And then finally, we have the ship that I've mothballed that I wanted to note on this one because I generally don't think it needs it. I don't think it needs anything at all. I don't think there's any reason or any thought to put any extra money into it if you own it. And that's the Friesland, because it's goddamn broken for its tier. Of course, yes, you can push it. It's going to do a lot of damage to you before it goes down just because of how sneaky the little buggers are with how many smokes it has, the sonar that it has, and the rapid firing guns. For me, I mothballed it and I didn't notice a increase or decrease on my performance. So if you have that, you really don't need any equipment on it at all in order to make it work. It's one of the few ships that can actually do that. So to me, if you're looking for a little extra credits in this game and you have the Friesland, just sell that off and you really won't notice a dang thing about it. Maybe propulsion, you maybe want to keep that on there, but outside of that, you're gonna be shooting your guns all game. You really don't need concealment. And Lord knows the reload mod ain't touching much on those guns because they're such a quick reload in general. And that is all for today's video on what ships I've sold and why. Let me know in the comment section down below what you have sold, if you've sold it all, or if you think this is just a general stupid idea and I'm going to regret it in the end. Maybe I will, maybe not. Hey, who knows? We'll find out in the future. But let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to click the like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell to see whenever a new video goes live, and join on any streaming platform to watch exactly how you want whenever a stream goes live. And before I end the video out here, I did want to remind everyone that I'm running a charity all December long for the Best Friends Animal Shelter charity. They are looking to make all shelters no-kill by 2025 so that all our fluffy little friends can find their forever home. If you want to help support that charity drive that I'm doing, of course, you can join up on YouTube via the YouTube membership link, donate via the Linktree link in multiple ways, join up on Patreon, and or buy Govee Lights via the link in the Linktree link as well. Thank you all for making this charity drive an awesome success so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much money we can raise for charity by the end of the year. Have a good day, everyone. Peace.